Hey, what's up guys? Worldwide here. So we got somewhat of a quick video for you guys today. What I'm going to be doing is an update on two of the dartboards that I reviewed late last year. Obviously the first one hanging on the wall there is the base model Blade 6 board from Winmau. The other board, hold on a second, will be the new Target Aspar dartboard. Now I've been using these off and on ever since the reviews. I've used each one equally as much. Now, I think a lot of you, probably from watching my videos in the past, will realize I do have a bias towards the Winmau boards ever since, the Blade 3, the Blade 4, the Blade 5s. I think the vast majority of us can agree that, man, they make some of the best dart boards on the market, and I don't think there's really too much room for debate there. However, after watching this video, I think a lot of you are going to be surprised at what I'm about to show you. So what do you say we just jump right into it, and we'll see where this video takes us. Here we go. Okay guys, starting with the Blade 6, since that thing was already hanging on the wall, I guess I'll start here. But as far as the looks go, I have no complaints with the looks. I think it's a great looking dartboard. The white number ring, no issues there as well. I know the triple core has that gray number ring. There's been some people that like it and some people that dislike it. Whatever, it's all our personal opinion. But yeah, the base model Blade 6, no complaints with the looks. And as you can tell, it's holding up really well. I mean, I do rotate my boards a lot, so that's going to help prolong the life of the dartboard. But yeah, it's holding up perfectly fine. No issues there at all. And one of the best features about the Blade 6 dartboards, all three of them, is they feature the roto lock, and man, that thing is absolutely amazing. I live in an old house here. My walls are crooked, so when I mount the Blade 6 dartboard on the wall, you just spin those little dials on the back and it mounts tight to the wall, nice and flush. No issues there. In my opinion, the roto lock feature is one of the best features ever on a dartboard. So yeah, there's the Blade 6. What do you say we get the Target Aspar hung up on the wall? I'll say a quick couple things about that, and then I'm going to show you a couple things, compare the two, and you guys can decide from there, but it's going to be pretty interesting. Here we go. Okay guys, there we go. We got the Target Aspar hung up on the wall. Again, you can tell the condition there, I think, looking at the camera. Yeah, I mean, it's still in great condition. I do rotate the thing quite a bit. And again, you guys need to rotate your boards. That's vitally important to prolong the life of any dartboard. But yeah, condition is great. It's holding up incredibly well. And I would say that I probably use this dartboard way more than I have used the Blade 6. I mean, it's pretty close, but the majority I've played on the Target Aspar. As far as the looks go, I think it's a great looking board. Easy on the eyes, that's for sure, because the way the logos are on the dartboard, it doesn't matter where you rotate the thing. The logos will be, I guess, symmetrical. So if any of you guys have OCD or something like that, it's just a great dartboard. It takes the focus off the logos and more on the playing field. So I think that's a really good feature. The number ring, it's a plastic number ring, but I personally haven't had any issues with it. I don't even think I've hit them with a dart or an incoming dart. So yeah, no issues with the plastic or nylon number ring. And the numbers are a little bit small though, if I had any complaint. But overall, I guess it's just pretty easy on the eyes is the big takeaway. Now, as far as the mounting hardware on the back end, it's just your typical dartboard mounting hardware. I had to use these pieces of cardboard, stuff them in behind the board, which is kind of a pain in the butt. It certainly doesn't compare to the Blade 6 at all with that roto lock feature. So yeah, not a big fan of that. And really, that's the biggest negative, is just the mounting hardware in the back end. But not a big deal. Use some pieces of cardboard and I guess it fixes the issue. Now, what I'm going to do in this first test is I'm going to compare the sound of both boards, and I think you guys are going to be surprised. So what I'm going to do is take my microphone and I'll put it up on the camera stand that I have up there, and you guys can judge for yourself the sound of these dartboards, and I think it's going to be a big difference. I don't know how it's going to come across in video, but yeah, I'll put the microphone up there and we'll listen to the sound difference, and then after that, I'm going to do a firmness test where you can see how deep the darts enter into the dartboard. So yeah, first test, sound test, and then we'll do a firmness test, and then I'm going to do a conclusion after that. So here we go. Okay guys, so there was about 15 to 18 darts at each dartboard. Now I'm telling you this pre-editing. I have no idea how the sound quality came out. I haven't even checked it yet. However, hopefully you noticed that the Target Aspar dartboard is way quieter. The comparison isn't even close. And the reason that is because the Target Aspar dartboard is so firm. Now, I hate to say this, but I've seen other people report this online over on Reddit or over on Twitter, but the Blade 6 boards, I'm finding them to be way too soft. Now I have this one. I also had the triple core for a little while that I gave away to a friend of mine. But in my experience, the Blade 6 that I have, and I don't know if it's because it was a first batch or I was one of the first ones to get one, but yeah, they're just way too soft. And as a result, when that dart hits the board, it sounds like it's hitting the backboard, the wooden backboard. And as a result, it's just incredibly loud dartboard. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan of a soft dartboard. When I'm playing at home, I want a dartboard that's going to last a long time and be a little bit more firm because I have such a hard throw. Now, speaking of firmness, I'm going to attempt to show you just how soft this Blade, the Blade 6 dartboard is. So I'll throw a few darts at it, and then I'm going to grab my other camera. And these points that I'm using on these darts, they have rings on them. So you'll be able to see just how far the darts are sinking into the Blade 6 compared to the Target dartboard. So what do you say we do that? Throw together a couple clips for you. We'll test the firmness, and then we'll wrap this video up, and I'll give you my final thoughts on both of these boards. Here we go. Okay guys, quick firmness test between the two boards. The darts that I'm using are an 18-gram Red Dragon Featherlight, so the darts shouldn't be sinking into the board all that much. However, let me put a picture up on the board there. Those are the points that I'm using. You can see the rings there, so you'll be able to see how far the points sink into the board. So firstly, I'm going to throw 3 darts in the treble or the 19 segment, somewhere in that area, and then we'll take the other camera here and I'll show you just how far they sunk into the board. So let's see how this goes. So just somewhat in the 19 area. Oh hey, treble 19s are good. I'll throw one, try to hit the big single segment. All right, so let's cut to the other camera and I'll show you how far they sunk into the dartboard. Okay, I'm going handheld here, but I'm going to try to keep it steady. So as you can see, these things are buried right up to the rings. Now let me pull this one out a little bit. And if you can see, they're buried up past the rings. So they were in there pretty good. And keep in mind, guys, again, 18-gram darts, they really shouldn't be going into the board that far, but they're definitely probably 2-3 rings deep on these points. So let me hang up the Target dartboard and we'll do a comparison and I'll show you how firm that board is. Okay guys, same exact thing here with the Target dartboard. 3 darts in that 19 vicinity. Hey, there we go. All right, let me grab the other camera. We'll take a close-up look at the points here. Okay, so yeah, quite the difference here. If you can see, these, I'm trying to hold this steady, but yeah, this one, probably about a millimeter, maybe 2 millimeters before these rings even start. So yeah, they're not going into the board that far at all, especially compared to the Blade 6. And this last one, this third dart that went in the board had a little bit of deflection, but you can see right there, probably about a millimeter or 2 before these rings on the point start. So yeah, this board is actually very, very firm. But what do you say we do a little conclusion here? And I guess that's my update on the 2 boards, the Target Aspar and the Winmau Blade 6. Okay guys, I guess that's going to conclude this video. I think I touched on a few important topics there, and I have learned a valuable lesson going forward. From now on, if I get a dartboard, if I get a brand new dartboard, I'm going to wait probably a month before I review it, simply because when I reviewed the Blade 6, I gave it raving reviews, and when I reviewed the Target dartboard, I didn't give it such a great review. And now, months later, after using these things for a while, my opinion has completely flip-flopped. In my personal opinion, between the 2 dartboards that I showed you today, that Target Aspar is vastly superior to the Blade 6 that I have. So I don't know if it was just that batch of new Blade 6 boards, but let me know down in the comments section if you played on the new Blade 6 boards, if you find them too soft, because my Blade 6 is just incredibly soft. And the more that I play on it, the looser that those fibers get, the sisal gets. It's just getting louder and louder. And to be honest, I'm not enjoying it whatsoever. And I mean, that's even taking into consideration that the rotor-lock feature is that nice. And you know what? My personal opinion is the perfect dartboard would be the Target Aspar with the rotor-lock feature on the back end of it. But there it is, guys. That Target Aspar dartboard, quieter, more firm. And because it's more firm, I think it's going to be longer lasting in the home anyway, from what I've experienced. So there it is. Let me know what you think. If you've owned one of these new Blade 6 boards, let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. Did I get a bad board? I don't know. I'm not sure. But from here on out, I'll probably be using that Target Aspar quite a bit in my future reviews. So there it is, guys. We will catch you on the next video. See ya.